The original melanated people of this planet, who were once the perfect picture of health, are now leading in nearly every preventable disease globally. Our indigenous foods and cultural practices kept us 95% disease-free. Over time, as we adopted a foreign dietary lifestyle, our physical and mental health severely declined. I gathered over 15 years of experience as a registered nurse and African holistic practitioner to address this complex challenge in my new book, High Vibration Nutrition. This is a simple guide to healing through our culture and flourishing in wellness once again. Get the High Vibration Nutrition book by Banaset Kind Sekhmet at Amazon. Also, get limited edition autographed copies of the book at kemmunicywellness.com. The best way to defeat an alien and oppressive culture is to practice your own. Your healing is in your culture. Peace, Chem family. It's me, Banaset, your African holistic health nurse for Kemetic Wellness, and I'm back with another video. Today we are going to be talking about decolonizing your holidays, okay? So this video is for those of you who no longer subscribe to the values of Western holidays, for those of you who no longer want to be tied to Western religion, which are also tied to Western culture, okay? This is for those of you who have different spiritual practices from your family, who may be still practicing as Christian or Muslim, and you do not want to give your energy to any of these holidays that you do not agree with and you don't resonate with. Okay, so that's what we're going to be talking about today. If you are new to this channel, my name is Banaset. My focus is on helping you to heal trauma through African holistic health so that you can break negative generational patterns and live your true, authentic purpose. Okay. We do this at Kemetic Wellness using 4 African holistic health modalities. That would be language, which is the Middle Netter, the language of ancient Kemet. Energy medicine, which is Kemetic Reiki, nutrition, and sacred movement. Okay? Remember, your healing is in your culture. So, let's talk about how to decolonize your holidays. Okay? So, I always do everything in steps. So, we'll talk about step 1 first. And the first thing is your why. Okay, what is the reason that you want to do this? Okay, your why is not something that anyone else has to know about. It's not anything you have to explain or justify to anyone else. It is your reason for why this is important to you. Okay, it's for you to know for yourself. It's a part of your own values. Okay, you want to know, how do these holidays give to or take away from your value system? Okay, how do they give to or take away from the life that you're creating for yourself and the life that you want to create for your family? Okay, the family that comes from you, not the family that you were born into. Okay, so for me, this was a gradual process. Okay, the first way that I started decolonizing my holidays was by introducing healthy food. So for example, during Misgivings Day, which y'all call Thanksgivings, I started by making completely vegan dishes and bringing them to the family celebrations, which I see a lot of people doing as well, but you know, there's levels to this, right? So the more my self-concept started to change, my image of myself, and the more I started to learn about real history, the things that were not taught in school, and the process of colonization, I simply didn't even want to participate in any of these holidays anymore. And it was like a spell had been broken. Okay. And I knew I had to end those traditions with me. It was something that I did not want to raise my children in. I did not want to raise my future children in a fairy tale. Okay. A lot of us underestimate how dangerous it is to raise your children to be completely unprepared for the world that they're living in. Okay. And then all of a sudden, when it smacks them in the face, okay, when they get older and they have to deal with racism, they have to deal with this real world, and they have no idea how to really deal with this or what it is that they're getting hit with, they don't know how to properly defend themselves. And this is a huge contributor to our children's lack of self-esteem. Okay, they don't know themselves. They're growing up in a world where people are telling them that they are less than. They're being taught all kinds of lies and fairy tales that they believe. And when reality hits them in the face, they don't know how to cope with it. And they don't know how to defend themselves. So that's a part of my why, okay? Teaching your children, for example, that Thanksgiving Day is just a day to be grateful for what you have. First of all, it's a lie. It's a lie. The holiday is about the slaughter of indigenous people. That is what the colonizers were thankful for, was to be able to slaughter you and survive. Okay? The energy of that still exists to this day. Okay? Teaching them that Columbus Day is about some explorer who discovered the new world, okay, when it's literally about celebrating their own genocide. Okay? You teach your children foolishness about Santa Claus, okay, leaving them presents at the tree, underneath the tree on Christmas time, and you have them hunting for Easter bunny eggs, okay, during Easter, when rabbits do not even lay eggs. Okay, you think that this is a harmless celebration, but it's not. It's not a harmless celebration. You are participating in their indoctrination. It is an indoctrination process. All of these holidays are rituals that you are participating in, that you don't know the origins of, you don't know the intentions of, but you give your energy to them, and you teach your children to give the energy to them, which perpetuates the energy of racism that you're trying to get away from, or that you claim you're trying to get away from. You're actually solidifying it every single time you practice these holidays. And what you're really doing is making your own children stupid and unable to defend themselves. You're making them defenseless. So that was the why for me. That was the reason that I did not want to continue celebrating these holidays. And if your why is not strong enough, you'll just continue the same cycle. You know, you're going to get around the holiday season and feel like you're missing out on something. You know, you want to be around your friends, you want to be around your family. You're going to be unhappy or dissatisfied with your decision, and just go be with your family. Okay? You have to have a strong enough why. Okay? So know exactly why you don't want to participate in Western holidays. Pick a side and stand on it. Okay? I don't want to hear anything about, oh, well, you know, I don't really celebrate it, but I just go to be with my friends. Oh, I don't really celebrate it, but I just go to be with my family. Every single thing that you do gives energy to one thing or the other. So pick a side and stand on it. Be who you say you be. Okay? This is why a lot of y'all get in these situations where your family will call you out on certain things, not intentionally. Okay? Not intentionally, but because you waffle, you go back and forth with certain things. They don't know that you're really serious and you're getting offended, but it's really just that you haven't picked a side. Okay, when you do that, you're going to begin to see yourself as a coward and a fraud. So this affects your self-esteem too. When you say that you don't believe in something, but you're showing up there for the mac and cheese and collard greens, everyone is going to be looking at you sideways. And the things that you talk about when it comes to liberation, Black liberation, and an African-centered mindset, this is why nobody listens to you. Some of y'all ask me these questions. That's why I'm telling you this. Some of y'all send me messages saying, well, how do we get our friends and family to recognize what we're talking about as truth? You have to live it and you have to be it. That's how. If your family saw you no longer going to these celebrations and now you have your own family and your own kids and y'all are doing Kwanzaa celebrations at Christmas time, okay? You are doing your own African-centered holiday celebrations while everybody else is doing something else. They know that you're serious because you are living it. It's nothing to question, okay? People don't learn from what you say. People learn from what you do, how you live. So be it. Pick a side and stay there. Okay? So the second step, or the second point that I want to make in decolonizing your holidays is community. Community, okay? Human beings are not meant to be alone. We're meant to be a part of a community. So when you remove something from your life, you have to replace it with something else. Otherwise, it creates a void. And a lot of you all are a part of communities that are centered around Western holidays. If you are removing those, if you're removing yourself from those communities, you now need to place yourself in or create communities that are African centered so that you do not feel so isolated and alone and I guess those would be the words, isolated and alone in doing your work and living your purpose and being your true authentic self. Okay? So, if you're separating yourself from your family's colonized traditions, okay, you want to begin to replace them with new, but actually old cultural traditions. Okay? You're remembering. Okay, there are ancient traditions that you have lost, but you are remembering. Okay. So that quote that I said to you at the beginning of this video is a quote from Dr. John Henrik Clarke. Okay. Thanks and praises to that ancestor. The best way to defeat an alien and oppressive culture is to practice your own. Okay. When you don't do this as a part of a community, you'll start to become depressed. Okay. You'll start to feel lonely. You'll start to feel lost. And so you have to get in community with people who are on the same path as you. Okay. Rather than trying to be a part of things that no longer resonate with you. We're going into a different season, a different era in the Aquarian age where things that were built on lies and manipulation are disintegrating right before our eyes. They no longer will be able to stand. And so it's imperative that you learn how to live in your authentic truth. Okay? So the best way to have community and to build your tribe is through classes, courses, and initiations. Classes, courses, and initiations. Okay? For those of you who think that you're going to get everything that you need to know on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok, good luck with that. Good luck with that. okay? You're probably going to remain alone on this journey, and that's fine if that's what you want, okay? But for those of you who want genuine community, you're going to have to invest in yourself, okay, in creating a new life for yourself. And you have to invest in the classes and courses and initiations for those who that's for, within an African-centered organization or with esteemed African-centered teachers, okay? Whether you're doing it in person or virtually, you have to be around other people. You have to enclose yourself around other people who are doing the same thing as you. The way that everybody is indoctrinated into the culture is because you are participating in things with other people. You learned Western culture through the school system. All throughout your life, the entire system, you continue to practice it when you go into the corporate world because everything that they do revolves around the Gregorian calendar and revolves around their holidays. So it's because you are in those communities that you are steeped in that culture. You have to now delve into and become a part of your own culture, okay? And you do that through community, okay? When you take classes and courses, you're going to be seeing the same people every single week. You're going to develop relationships with them, okay? This is how you have people who are bouncing ideas off of each other that are on the same frequency and on the same vibration, so you all can stay on your path together, okay? This is how you avoid getting sidetracked by people who have a completely different mindset because you just want company, okay? So this is what we're doing at kemmunicywellness.com. All of our programs are designed to reorient you to an African-centered perspective. So at the top of this year, I've been getting a lot of messages about the Kemetic Reiki program. We are starting the Kemetic Reiki program in January of 2025, okay? This is a program for those who want to learn about energy medicine. Level 1 is for those who want to begin self-healing, learning how to heal yourself through energy medicine. And you must, of course, take level 1 before you go on to level 2. And level 2 is for those of you who know that you're healers and you want to begin using your knowledge about healing, energy medicine to heal your community, okay? Your family and your community. So for those who want to be practitioners. All right. And for those of you who have asked me, yes, you do have to take level 1, even if you are certified in another Reiki specialty. You have to take level 1 and 2. Kemetic Reiki is different. It's just different. Okay. And I will be teaching a free discovery course, a free Kemetic Reiki discovery course this month. I'll put the dates up in the community tab, so go ahead and watch there. Okay. I will also this year be teaching womb yoga dance again. I'll be teaching womb yoga dance. And this is for those women who want to learn about sacred movement for healing the womb. Okay. Learn about the spiritual principles for healing your womb for those of you who are dealing with fibroids, endometriosis, prolapse, uterus, all of those things. I get your questions too. Okay. Womb yoga dance is for you. And for those of you who are dealing with broken relationships. Okay. I will also be launching the Jegnership program that I have, which is the Alchemy of Black Healing. And this one is designed to help you break generational curses. This is my blueprint for breaking generational curses. Okay. Is for those of you who made the decision that you don't want to continue certain destructive patterns in your family and you need guidance on how to do that. So that is what the Alchemy of Black Healing program is for. And I will be posting information about that in the community tab. So look there. Okay. Now for me, the first course that I took was a Medu class. Medu Neter. Okay, for those of you who don't know what Medu Neter is the language of ancient Kemet that we commonly know as hieroglyphs. Yes, it is a written and a spoken language that was created in the Nile Valley of Africa, okay? The Nile Valley region of Africa. And at the time that I took the course, I had no idea what Middle Nature was. I wasn't looking for Middle Nature. I wasn't looking for anything about Kemetic spirituality, Kemetic history, any of that. I wasn't interested in it. Okay. I didn't even know what it was, to be quite honest with you. I didn't know anything about what it was. What I was looking for at the time was I was in nursing and I started learning about holistic medicine, natural medicine, and I wanted to become certified in different holistic practices and learn how to teach my community how to heal themselves naturally. And it's from that point that I met Mfundisi Jehutimus. He was my first teacher in the Kemetic tradition. And he was the first person also to teach me that your healing is in your culture. Okay. And he had his own initiation program. And the requirement to even go through it was that you had to take 1 semester of Middle Nature. That did it for me. Okay, that 1 semester, it was like opening Pandora's box. It was blowing the lid off of the veil that I had over my eyes of Western culture. You know, it taught me so much about myself. It taught me so much about who I am as an African person and who we are as African people and how we devolved to where we are right now. Okay. Had no idea what Middle Nature was before I took that class, and I had no idea that I needed it. And it's because it was so powerful that I'm also going to be teaching it this year. Okay. Middle Nature helped me to fall in love with myself, and it helped me to fall in love with my culture and my community from those teachings. Okay. I will do a separate video series on Middle Nature as well. For those of you who want to know more. Okay. So for me taking these classes every single week, I got to know other people who were on a similar track, who were on a similar path as me. And I got to learn from them and also share things that I couldn't share with other people. You understand? You know, if you're on this path that most people don't even understand what you're going through, what you're talking about. And you feel so validated when you come across someone else who's like, I get it. You know, they're interested in the same things. They want the same things. Okay. Some of these people who I took classes with, not just the Middle Nature class, but all of the different holistic courses, initiations, programs that I went through with the different teachers. Each of them have their own sub-community that's a part of a greater African holistic health community. So this is how you build your tribe. Okay. These classmates that I had, the people who I went through these programs with, I've watched them get married. I watched them have children. These have become lifelong friends for me, and I've created a lifelong community for myself. Just taking classes, just investing in myself. Okay. You are not going to be able to do this alone. You're not going to be able to do this alone. Just watching YouTube videos is not enough. It's great for information, okay? But there is a huge difference between information and integration, okay? A lot of you are watching these videos and you're not going to do anything with the information that you're learning. You just watch videos for entertainment like you watch TV. There's a difference between learning information and actually integrating the information that you've learned into your life in order to have a transformation. Just knowing, you think you know the information, but until you've actually lived it out and you're living it out, you don't really know it like you think you know it. Okay. All right. So the third thing I would recommend you doing in decolonizing your holidays is to practice your own holidays. Practice your own ancestral holidays. And there's different types of holidays that we have that are a part of our culture. The first thing I would say is to get on divine timing, okay? Get on divine timing, get on cosmic timing. When your life revolves around the Gregorian calendar and Western holidays, it keeps you locked into a Western perspective. Okay? You have to get out of that. You have to begin to reject the Gregorian calendar and get on cosmic time. Okay? This is an African centered perspective, which is in alignment with nature. Okay? The African centered perspective is in alignment with nature. Okay? One of the ways that I do this is by detoxing during the solstices and equinoxes. It helps me to recognize those times. Okay, it helps me to stay in alignment with nature. So I just completed a detox in December, actually, from December 1st to the 21st, starting off the winter solstice with a clean and clear mind and body. Okay. This is one of the ways that I stay in alignment with cosmic time. Right? When we detox during those times, it helps us to let go of dead things and to elevate, to come into a new season elevated, clear mind, clear spirit. Okay. Right now, today actually is the first day of January 2025 on the Gregorian calendar. Okay. And for us as African people, this would not be considered the new year. It wouldn't be considered the new year because the new year is in spring when new things are happening, not in the dead of winter. That's completely out of alignment with cosmic timing, with divine timing, to be celebrating the new year during a season of hibernation. It's a season of hibernation. It's a time of going within and resetting. It is not a new year, not according to cosmic time. Okay. In the Kemetic tradition, for example, we would celebrate the new year during a different time with the rising of Spadet, which is the Sirius star. Okay. And this usually occurs in July or August. So we have a ritual that we do and a celebration called Wepram Pet. Wepram Pet means the opening of the year, okay, or the new year. Okay. Divine timing is all about educating yourself on the cycles of nature, okay, the cycles of the moon, and the various planetary alignments so that you can be in alignment with nature, okay? Please get out of the idea that aligning with the moon and aligning with nature is a part of the occult, it is a part of witchcraft, or that is demonic. This is nature, okay? You are not separate from nature, you are a natural being. And I find it very sad that so many of you are locked into a paradigm, a religious paradigm, that teaches you that everything that aligns with who you are naturally is demonic. That is sad. Okay? African people have always had rituals and celebrations that align with nature and cosmic time. Okay? Another way that you can practice ancestral holidays is ancestors' birthdays. Okay? Ancestors' birthdays. So this can be your own personal ancestors. And of course, these will be ancestors of the light, those who lived their lives in an elevated way, those who brought forth good things in their lives. You do not want to be celebrating the birthdays of the uncle who violated the children in the family, okay? Those you never want to speak their name. I'm talking about elevated ancestors. So you want to celebrate the holidays of your ancestors who inspired you. So your personal ancestors and also those of our collective African ancestry throughout the diaspora who fought for our liberation, who inspire us to be great. Okay, celebrate their birthdays. Stop letting people convince you that celebrating your ancestors is something negative or something demonic. Stop letting people convince you that your own ancestors are demons, because many of you who say that, you're celebrating theirs. Okay, you're celebrating their ancestors and some of their ancestors who were detrimental to yours, and giving them energy and starving your own ancestors. Okay, this is another way that you decolonize your holidays. Celebrate your ancestors' birthdays. The birthday of Marcus Garvey is a holiday. The birthday of Malcolm X is a holiday. Learn the birthdays of our elevated ancestors and celebrate them. Okay? Every single President's Day, every Columbus Day, every Thanksgiving Day, you are honoring the ancestors of those who committed genocide against your own ancestors. You think that doesn't have any spiritual implication? It does. It does. Okay? It is extremely ungrateful not to pay reverence to those who actually died for your sins. Your ancestors died for your sins. Your ancestors died so that you could have a good enough life to forget them, to not even know how difficult it was for them to survive the horrific things that they survived so that you could exist. Say thank you. Say thank you. Go and pour libations for your ancestors on those days. Okay? Another way to decolonize your holidays, okay, by practicing ancestral holidays, is cultural holidays. Okay? So you want to, well, you have different types of cultural holidays. Some of them I already talked about, those that are on cosmic time, those that are celebrating ancestors' holidays. You have holidays such as Kwanzaa. You also have celebrations of our victories, okay? You want to celebrate our collective victories. So those Independence Days, those are holidays. Jamaica Independence Day, Ghana's Independence Day. Celebrate your victories. Too often in our community, we harp on our defeat. And so we think all we've ever been was defeated. That has a huge impact on how you view yourself. There was a book that I read some time ago called Maximum Confidence by Jack Canfield. Excellent book if you want to learn about increasing your confidence. And in the book, he talks about celebrating your victories, writing down all of your victories and celebrating them. Those things build confidence. This is part of the reason that Western culture never teaches you about anything beyond slavery, because they want you to believe that all you have ever been was a slave and that all you will ever be is defeated. So they never teach you about your victories. That is your job. That is your job. So learn about our collective victories and celebrate them. Those are your holidays. And this is how you decolonize your holidays. Okay. When you do that, you are going to be amplifying the energy of victory. You're going to amplify the energy of winning. Amplify the energy. And the more of us who celebrate it, the more you celebrate it, the more you talk about it, the more you put it out there on social media, the more of us who celebrate it together, the more of us who are doing it together, the more you amplify that energy. Celebrate our victories. Okay. And another type of ancestral holiday that you can celebrate is spiritual holidays within different sectors of African spirituality. So you have different spiritual traditions. You have the Kemetic tradition, you have the Yoruba tradition, you have Hoodoo, you have Voodoo, you have Santeria, you have Lukumi. You have different types of spiritual systems, okay, within African spirituality. There's many commonalities, but each spiritual system has its own holidays that they celebrate, okay? And these different holidays are tied also to different ethnic groups within the diaspora. So celebrate your spiritual holidays, okay? No matter which African spiritual system you resonate with, celebrate those spiritual holidays. Okay. If you're not a part of any tradition, I would suggest that you find out more about your ancestry and what you feel most connected to. Okay. Sometimes when you feel very called to a particular system, it's because there is an ancestral connection there. Okay, but everything is not for everybody. Okay. I would also caution you against going into spiritual systems that you don't know anything about and you don't have any connection to. Okay. I would caution you against doing that. Don't go into initiations and traditions that have nothing to do with your ancestry and that you don't know anything about. Okay. If you are supposed to go there, you will know. Okay. And then you have alternative cultural holidays like Kwanzaa. And happy 7th day of Kwanzaa to everyone who is watching this video. Today is Imani, which is faith. Okay. Now, the fourth thing that I would tell you in decolonizing your holidays is do not practice or acknowledge Western holidays. Do not practice or acknowledge Western holidays. So how this looks for me is that I will never go to any celebrations that are steeped in Western tradition. Okay, I don't participate in them because most of them have a negative connotation towards African people or are based on genocide. The majority of Western traditions or holidays are based in genocide, the genocide of my ancestors and my collective African ancestors. Okay, so if you send me a message saying Merry Christmas or Happy Thanksgiving, I will ignore you. Most people who know me, who have my phone number, know this about me already, so they don't bother. They don't bother. Most people know already. If you send me those messages, I will ignore you. Okay. If you say it to me in person, I will also ignore you as if you said nothing. Okay. I will ignore you as if you said nothing at all. I will not respond. Now, and I talked about this in one of my previous videos called the consequences of celebrating Western holidays. Okay, talked about this in that video. so you all can watch that too. All right. If you ask me how was your holiday, I will say, what holiday? What holiday? What are you talking about? And a lot of people get so confused. They're like, um, Thanksgiving Day? Like where have you been? Oh, that's not my holiday. That's not my holiday. And some people just get it right away. You know, they get it. Oh, okay, she doesn't celebrate that. Okay. Sometimes I do this on purpose. Sometimes I do it on purpose. And other times I literally forget because I'm so far outside of that paradigm. I don't even remember that there is a holiday going on because I don't celebrate it. So I don't care about it. I don't care about it. I don't give no energy to it. I'm not around places they're going to be talking about it all the time. So I don't even remember. Sometimes people say it to me and I will forget. Okay. They have nothing to do with me. Okay. So those are my tips for you all. Okay. On decolonizing your holidays. Okay. I hope you all found this video helpful. If you want to reach out to me for any of the upcoming courses that we have at kemmunicywellness.com, go ahead and sign up to become a member there. Membership is free, but you must follow the directions to become a member. And I want to say greetings, peace, and love to all of the new members that we have. There is a huge influx of members coming in right now. And I'm so happy to see that. And I can't wait to meet you all. I think it's because of the recent posts that I've had on Instagram that are like going viral, super viral. And this month alone, we got about 2 million views on our page. I can't believe that. I can't believe that. But I am glad that you all are finding me and you're finding my work helpful. And I can't wait to meet you and work with you, okay, and be in community with you, all right? If you found this video helpful, let me know in the comment section. If you have other ways that I did not mention, please share them, okay? Please share them and let me know what I left out. What are you doing to decolonize your holidays? What are the different ways that you're celebrating our ancestral holidays? Let me know in the comment section, and I'll see you all in the next video. Happy Kwanzaa, everyone. Peace.